Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to address a topic that seems to be very confusing among the people who are following the manifesting community. And that is, how am I supposed to both persist and also detach from my desire at the same time? We talk a lot in the manifesting community about the concepts of both persistence and detachment and how both are very important in manifesting your desires. So I would like to clarify this thing today because actually it's not as confusing and it's not as contradictory as you may think. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So I know this is a point of confusion for many people, and unfortunately, a lot of the manifesting coaches out there either teach persistence or detachment, but usually they don't teach both. And I'm here today to tell you that they are actually complementary to each other, or rather, one leads to the other. They are not contradictory, as you may think at first glance. They are not two concepts that actually oppose each other. They are complementary to each other. And my intention by the end of this video is that you will have clarified this topic in your head and it won't feel confusing to you anymore. So let's start with the concept of persistence. A lot of people take this concept the wrong way. They take it to mean that they need to do their techniques, affirming or inner conversations or scripting or visualizing or whatever they do pretty much 24/7, or if not 24/7, a lot throughout the day and every single day, and that they need to do that for weeks and months on end and keep going. While there is some merit to reinforcing your intention and reinforcing your desire in your head until you see it manifested in the 3D, the important part of persistence is not actually the persistence in the techniques. The important part of persistence is the persistence in the right state, in the state of the wish fulfilled. Yes, a lot of people achieve that through persisting in the techniques, but a lot of other people as well don't do the techniques. They don't find them useful. They prefer to work on their mindset instead. And so they're able to achieve an inner emotional and mental state that they're able to persist in through working on themselves and their mindset and their triggers and overcoming all this and so on. So persistence, you guys, is actually persisting in your state of knowing that your desire is yours, that you can expect your desire to manifest, that the 3D is going to reflect your desire back to you any day, any moment. We're essentially talking about persisting in the state of the wish fulfilled as much as you can and as best as you can, with as little wavering as possible and as little inner contradiction as possible. That is what you're supposed to persist in. You're not necessarily supposed to persist in doing the techniques. Of course, if they help you reach the right state, absolutely do them. They're a great tool for many people. But the persistence refers to the actual state of being. Persistence in your new identity. Persistence in your new story. Persistence in who you claim yourself to be. Persistence in what you have created in imagination, and so on. Now, when it comes to detachment, what is interesting is that if you are actually persisting in the wish fulfilled, you are automatically detaching from your desire. And when I say detaching, let me clarify one thing here because that is also very confusing for a lot of people. I don't mean indifference. I don't mean that you don't want your desire. I don't mean that you don't care about it anymore. What I mean by the term detachment is the dropping of all that obsession, desperation, extreme neediness for your desire, and associating your desire with your happiness. In other words, telling yourself or feeling within that if I don't have my desire, if I don't get it, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be able to be happy. If this is how you're feeling within, you are still, at least to an extent, in a state of lack when it comes to your desire. You don't feel like you have it, or you don't feel like it's even possible to have it, or you don't believe that you can have it. And so this is why you're giving into those feelings of anxiety and stress and resistance and doubting and fearing and feeling insecure about your desire, because on some level, you are associating it with your happiness. When you are, however, in the state of the wishful field, when you are persisting, as I just said, in the wishful field, you don't feel any particular attachment to your desire. You're not feeling any particular neediness or obsession or desperation for it. You have the inner certainty and the inner confidence that it's going to be yours. You have the positive expectancy that it's coming in your 3D. Sooner or later, it's going to come. In the meantime, I'm doing me, I'm living my life, giving myself the best life that I can, and going forward, knowing that I can expect my desire to materialize. Being in that state, genuinely being in that state, automatically makes you detached, in the sense that you're no longer obsessed, you're no longer needy and clingy of your desire. You are doing you, you are going about your life. You know that your desire is yours, you know your desire is about to come, you know it's going to come in your 3D, but at the same time, you're not obsessively looking for it. You're not obsessively needing it. You're not obsessively doing technique after technique to try and get it in faster. You're in a much more relaxed state. You're in a very calm state. In many cases, it may even feel like a neutral state where you don't even feel any particular feelings about it. It feels very natural. It feels almost matter-of-factly that you are going to have your desire. And so that automatically detaches you from it. You're not indifferent to it, although sometimes it might feel this way. You want it and you would love to have it and you know you're going to have it, but you don't need it. You don't need it for your happiness. You don't need it for your internal completion. You don't need it for your inner fulfillment. You don't need it to feel whole and complete, and so on. And so essentially, what I'm trying to explain in this video is that if you do the persistence correctly, meaning if you are genuinely persisting in your state of the wishful field, if you are revisiting that state over and over, through whatever methods resonate with you, through any way or ways work best for you, then you are automatically also reaching detachment. Because living in the state of the wishful field automatically means that you're also detached from the obsession, the desperation, and the neediness towards your desire. As Neville very aptly said, you cannot desire and have something at the same time. You're either desiring it or you have it. Even if you don't have it in the 3D yet, even if you don't objectively see it in the 3D yet, the expectation of having it is enough to put you in a detached state. You lose the unhealthy attachment to the desire, you lose the unhealthy obsession with it, and you just go about your life expecting it to come, but at the same time, not really needing it. You are still content, you are still fulfilled, you are still whole, you're still complete. And you feel these feelings, and this is the state you're in. So you see then that not only are these two concepts not contradicting each other, persistence and detachment, they actually complement each other, and as a matter of fact, one leads to the other. Persisting in the state of the wishful field also leads to detachment in a very natural, very automatic way. And so you don't need to be confused anymore. Your job as a conscious manifestor is to arrive at the wishful field, at the state of the wishful field. And once that happens, everything else falls into place. The detachment, the dropping the neediness, dropping the old story, the inner shifts that make you feel better, etc. So I hope this helps clarify the confusion a little bit. I know it can be very confusing in the manifesting community, but it doesn't have to be. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.